And that very often starts with understanding how that animal species would live in the wild and the type of life that they have, whether they're a predator, whether they're a prey animal species, how they process the world, the type of information that they take in. So, for instance, we might see a dog who's wagging his tail, and we might think that it's only happy dogs that wag their tails, but actually tail wagging is seen in many different contexts. And we might think of it as a visual communication thing, but actually it could be that they're dispersing scent. That the tail wag will that scent will waft over to you so you can take in information about my current emotional state.
They definitely have scent glands back there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, interesting. So can we interpret dog wags of different types? Is there a way to do that?
So one very interesting thing is that the dog wagging with a predominant left wag.
Left for the dog?
Left for the dog. So he's wagging on the left-hand side of his body. Tends to be associated with negative emotional states. And on the right tends to be associated with positive emotional states. And the same, cats tend to look at the world from the left when in a negative emotional state, and from the right when in a positive emotional state.
So looking from the left, meaning the left eye slightly forward.
Yeah.
The head tilted, so the right eye.
Taking in that information with this eye.
So, okay.
If you're scary,
some people are just listening, they're not watching, so they can't see this. So what Carolina is describing is if the head is turned slightly to the side, so the left eye is forward.
Yeah.
That's
so they're looking at the stimulus with their left eye if that stimulus is fear-inducing.
And the opposite to the right-hand side if it's more attractive to them.
So this is lateralized.
Interesting. And then the tail wag, you said a dog wagging on the left-hand side, more negative, right-hand side, and more positive. What about full sweeps?
Yeah, full sweeps. And I don't know the details here, but certainly the type of tail wag, whether it's sort of very low and fast or whether it's high and sort of stiff, will communicate different emotional states.
Do you think that over time we learn these signals without realizing that we learn these signals?
Yes, absolutely.
Because we associate it with our dog being in a particular circumstance or behaving in a certain way.
So studies have shown that we humans are actually, we learn to read dogs by exposure, even passive exposure, just living in an environment. And apparently it's if we live in a culture where dogs live close with humans, we get better in reading dogs than in cultures where dogs don't interact that much with humans. So there's that.